Yo, what's good? You locked in for another one on Flight School TV, man. Let's get it.
There's a lot of social media like cap out there, you know what I mean? A lot of people like portray themselves to be so pro-black and helping black people and leaders when the whole time it's not really the case. They only do it for like self-gratification.
Yeah.
And I just sit back and I weed through the shit. But, you know, I just sit back and do my thing and just fall back, you know.
That's real.
Put up points. That's all we do. We put up buckets. We don't sit back and clap like cheerleaders or whatever. We just put up buckets.
You was already doing black history. You was already doing the Black Lives Matter shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
By
definitely.
employing black people.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the most important factor.
We always did food drives. We always give back, but I don't really post it. I don't use it for tax write-offs, none of that shit. It's just when I was coming up, it was pretty hard. So now that I'm blessed and I got opportunity right now, I create opportunities for others that wasn't created for me. That's why you see me helping a lot of people out. That's why when I'm at the store, you will see everybody that's with me, I give an opportunity to monetize on their talents.
Yeah.
Like my man Peanut, he managed a store. He got 2 wives. And then you got Chuck with Icon.
Yeah.
I give everybody opportunity to monetize on their talents. So it's not like they work for me. It's like we all putting ourselves together as partners in a partnership.
Yeah.
So I need them just as much as they need me. So we work together.
Yeah, I love that.
And then
shit,
you keep
man.
doing that, it's going to keep growing. You know what I mean? And if you fall, you'll be able to lean on him. If he fall, he'll be able to lean on me. So we trying to create that type of thing, what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
or what I am doing. I'm not trying to do what I am doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It remind me of that Jay-Z line. That nigga was like, if every nigga in your clique is rich, your clique is rugged. Nobody will fall because we'll all be each other's crutches. You feel me? Like, that's real shit. A lot of times we don't see the story of the guy in our neighborhood to where, like when Nipsey died, perfect example. I'm a Nipsey fan. Like, I fuck with Nip.
Yeah, definitely. I was too for a long time, way before all the rah-rah about his unfortunate death.
Right. But then I started seeing, when he passed, I started seeing people that was celebrating him in a way, and I kind of took it personal because I'm like, we got neighborhood heroes right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, not take anything away from Nip because he was that for his community. You know what I'm saying? And for the overall black community in a way. You know what I'm saying? But, like, really, we got people right here that's not being celebrated. But we'll celebrate somebody way over there, you feel me? Like Corey from Leaders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he our version of Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, I'm definitely familiar with Corey.
He our version of Nipsey Hussle. He been doing what you doing, employing black people. You know, a lot of people that came through Leaders, and he probably ain't get the flowers that he deserved, you feel me? But at the same time, he got the initiative that he doing over there at Bronzeville, you know. He giving back to the community. He actually in the community, you feel me? So he is our Nip.
Some people really don't care about the credit and the flowers. And like I had a dinner with Corey with another one of the clothing reps. We all sat down and we chopped it up or whatever. And he kind of sort of like me. Like, he don't really care about like all the flowers and all the recognition from social media. Because at the end of the day, it's about the buckets. Buckets mean it's about the money that was made. It's about the points that was put up. Because most of the people that celebrated on social media that need to take all the pictures or whatever is really insecure people. They really insecure. So they need social media gratification to make themselves feel confident. I don't need that. Like, not to sound too cocky or whatever, but I know I'm the shit. Like everything I do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I'm living it.
Feel.
You know what I mean? I don't need to brag about it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's why I appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah, because like I said, like, I see it for exactly what it is. You know, a lot of these dudes, they celebrate the wrong people, in my opinion. Yeah. And that's why we got in this shit show that we in right now. You feel me? Because we uplifted the wrong voices and made these corny ass niggas the niggas that's the guys or the reason. You feel me? And I'm like, not them. It's these niggas right here. It's the JBs. It's the Corys that's actually really touching people, really putting people in position to win that we need to celebrate. And I keep going back to it. I don't want to keep beating over an issue I already stated, but I definitely want to stress the point that that's why I'm here with you. You know what I'm saying? I know how you rocking. I know the movement that you got.
People just they forget the definition of being a boss or being a leader, which is one and the same thing, but they forget the definition. To me, it's about creating opportunity for others. You can't be a boss. I don't give a fuck if you made $100,000 or $100 million. If you never create an opportunity and you don't have other bosses with a success story with your name in it, you're not a boss. Like, you failed. The money don't mean shit because you can be up today, down tomorrow. It's about creating opportunity for others. So if I created a dope ass opportunity for you and you was able to monetize off your talents through my platform, and if I fall, you can always help me and bring me back up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's about creating opportunities. Like I said, everybody that worked with me, that's on my staff that work for me, they all monetize off their talents. And I always use my platform to amplify that shit. You know what I mean?
I love that shit, bro.
Like everybody got something going on that they making money off of on an independent level, like around
me. Yeah, that's
but a lot of people don't know that, but we sit back and you see the fruits of the labor.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? We don't got to talk, you see it.
That's a fact.
We don't got to take pictures on social media every day. We don't got to do all these pretty snapshots. You see it. Take away social media, we all still cool, everybody around me.
Yeah. That's a fact, and I love that about y'all, man, and I don't do nothing but celebrate it. I know it's a lot of hate out there. I know how that shit be.
Yeah,
but
we can't focus on it. We got to focus on love.
Yeah, we don't even take time to address certain things.
Yeah,
you know
we focus on all love. That's
Definitely.
It. Positivity and love, man. That's how we going to move forward.
Yes, sir. What would you say, like, created the man you are today? Like, I know you ain't had no cakewalk of a life just coming into this shit. So, as much as you feel like it, like talking to the people, like, tell me more about your story, like how you grew up. What made you you?
What made me me? Honestly, growing up, I was a knucklehead. I got in a whole lot of trouble. I was in and out of jail or whatever, but I was always a hustler. I was always dope at hustling. No matter what you give me, you can give me that lighter and I'll sell that shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I just had to make it positive. When I started making the right decisions, it was when I had kids, because I knew I wasn't out there for myself no more. So I don't have a big family. No, I'm good. Go ahead. I don't have a big family, so I'm not out here for myself no more. I got 4 kids. I got a wife. I got a family that's dependent on me.
Right.
And that's a part of being a man, which I teach my son all the time. A part of being a man, it's not like how many gym shoes you got. It's not what type of car or how much jewelry you got. Not even how much money you got. It's about the decisions that you make. So I had to make wise decisions. So when I'm out of this shit, when I'm like marginalized, when I'm not cool no more, my kids can like have something, and they don't have to really go and then fill out applications and get denied on applications. I have to deal with this racial shit because we own something and I can give it to them. So they don't have to experience what I experienced, going through all the riffraffs and the odds and ends and dealing with all the police shit.
Yeah, man, because that's real power. Like, I know people, a lot of people think power, a lot of people got their own definition of power, I would say. In my definition, the best way for us to empower our community is doing exactly what you're doing, what you're teaching your kids. Same thing I teach my two. You know what I'm saying? Is that financial empowerment got to be number one. Because when we have a problem with Gucci, when we got a problem with Burberry or whoever the fuck, what they say, how do we get them? They not going to hear us out there protesting. You got to take your money away from them, and that show you the power of money, because then they fold, apologize, and, we sorry. Yeah, get y'all shit together.
Exactly.
Fuck y'all talking about.
And 9 times out of 10, like, the money that you're spending with these other companies, you got way doper ideas in your head, but people tend to leave them ideas stagnant. That's why some people, like, say if you had an idea this year, but you never did shit on it, 10 years from now, you be like, fuck, somebody else did it. That was my idea. I thought of that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to push on your ideas. Whatever you think about, jot it down and work towards that. You know what I mean?
That's real.
That's just my advice towards anybody that's trying to move forward, being an entrepreneur. Like, don't let your ideas stay stagnant. Just push it.
You went through a lot of situations back and forth with jail, dealing with the streets.
Yeah, I did when I was younger. Yeah, when I was a teenager.
Right, younger. Which I did too. I got felonies on my record. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no angel. I don't think none of us is, and I think our circumstances breed that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Chicago Heights, different parts of the city, 83rd Hermitage, all throughout the hundreds. You feel me? Like, a lot of different places, and everywhere I moved to, it was their own version of violence, their own version of recycled pain. You feel me? So me being thrusted into situations, a lot of times I could have been the man that I am today. That's about positivity, you know what I'm saying, uplifting each other. I could have been the same person a long time ago if I would have had the right nourishment, you feel me? The right shit surrounding me to make me see like, oh, okay, these niggas ain't the nigga I need to be following.
I always looked up to, like, the old heads. Like, you know, I ain't gonna say no names, but there's a lot of older cats that was getting the money, driving the cars, doing whatever they did. We don't want to talk about it to get it, but that's what I always wanted. But when I was younger, I just went about it the wrong way. It's kind of like cheating. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to get it the fast way. Yeah. Like, don't try to get it the fast way. Anything that was successful never was done overnight. So that's why you deal with consequences, and that's what I deal with. But I made a wise decision. I learned from it. So I knew I need to stack my money in a slow way and then pop off like I did now. You know what I mean?
Like, how many losses did you have to go through before you hit that point of, like, recognition?
I don't know if we got enough time on this interview to talk about all the losses, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it makes you to what you grow to be strong. I took a bunch of losses. Investments went bad. A lot of shit went bad, but you just got to keep it moving. And a lot of my big homies or a lot of my homeboys, they always told me, like one of my homies, his name's Cece, he always told me, don't never let people see you sweat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whenever I go through shit, I used to always, it show on my face. He'd be like, man, never let nobody see you sweat. Still smile. Still keep it moving. And I always live to that to this day. So, you know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to him for giving me that jewel because I still live off that to this day.
Because there's somebody right now that's dealing with some shit that's probably looking at you like, man, bro, he got it easy. He got X, Y, Z. But they don't know, like, them days that you had to grind through and really, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you talk about going to jail, you probably came back with damn that nothing, you feel me? Had to start from scratch. Yeah. That's why I asked those type of questions.
Yeah, when I came back from jail, I literally had nothing. All I had was like the jogging pants and the Reeboks on my feet I got from the joint that they let you live with. But I grew off of that, you know what I mean?
Like, how did you, like, I'm not asking in particular, but I'm asking the mind state of saying, I'm not going to give up, or I am going to push through. Like, because you know how it is when you build up, you got to reset.
It takes discipline. Discipline and patience. You got to learn patience. That's the most important thing. Because a lot of people even go crazy. That's what started mental illness, from not being able to have patience. You know what I mean? So I was real strong in my head, so I just had patience and I waited things out. Everybody get their time. It's all about patience. Like, you might be broke this year. You might look at me. I might be a millionaire this year. But 5 to 10 years from now, it might be your time. Everybody's time coming. It's about being patient and waiting for it.
Yeah,
and learning wise decision what to do with it when it is your time.
I think that patience is key.
Yeah,
definitely. Because I've seen people jump out the window too soon.
Yeah,
like, bro, like, you would have held on one more year, that shit would have cracked.
Yeah,
you feel me? I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, you just gotta not give up. You gotta have patience. And then when you get it, when your time come, you can't give up. You can't give up.
So, at what point in time do you think you developed this sense of ownership that you got? Because you about ownership, partnerships. Like,
I always been hustling hard. It come from me. Really, I started working in stores. I was working the job. I was getting a paycheck, but I was watching everything around me. I'm the type of person. If you selling this drink, I want to know where you got it from and how much they paid for it and how much they paid for it. I want to cut the middleman. I want to get direct to the distributor. You know what I mean? So I was selling shoes out my trunk. I was selling mixtapes. A lot of people laughed at me back then. They're like, this nigga selling CDs, man. This nigga selling Air Force Ones. He's selling white tees out his trunk. It really didn't matter for me because I knew what it was adding up to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when I was selling CDs out the trunk of that Honda, I was up 6 figures back then. You know what I'm saying? I can say that now because it really don't matter.
Yeah.
Back then I didn't say that because I didn't want people to know what I was on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll pull up on you on 64th Street with a T-shirt and my Honda Civic. You know what I mean? But I was going back out to the burbs, to the big house.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it was always that hustle in me. And like I said, when I had kids, I knew I had to work hard to make wise decisions. So that's where it was for me.
That's real. That's definitely real. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like giving up? Not on life or nothing like that. Just as far as like, just, man, like, you know, certain aspect, and maybe it's this specific business. Like, man, you know what, man, I'm tired of this shit. Have you ever just...
Yeah, everybody get that point, not giving up, but sometimes you get pissed at things when things don't go particularly your way and you get frustrated. But I sit back and I make a decision and I think about how to turn that situation where it works for me. Kind of like a chess game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a chess game. And then my uncle always told me the only time you give up on something is when you don't know what you're doing. And I fail to accept the fact that I don't know what I'm doing and somebody's better than me at something. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you give up on somebody or you give up on something, it's either you don't know what you're doing or that person works harder than you and he's better than you.
Right.
And that's like a losing philosophy.
Yeah.
And I fail to even accept a losing philosophy.
Yeah.
So I sit back, I go to the drawing board. I don't give up. I just go back to the drawing board, come up with a better plan. Similar to a basketball team. You know what I mean? When you get fouled, a coach blow the whistle, you get in that huddle. I get in the huddle by myself and I figure shit out and I get back in the game. You know what I mean?
That's real.
And go to it like the 96 Bulls. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. I really love our conversation, man. And I knew this was going to happen because a lot of that's what I try to do with my interviews, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, it start with fashion, sneakers, and art, because I feel like that's a way for our community to really make some bread outside of like doing illegal shit. Like that same amount of money you make for selling that, bagging up that ounce, bro. Like you can print some shirts out and make that little money.
And people don't realize you can actually make more money. I know a lot of multi-millionaires that ain't never done shit illegal, ain't never sold a bag of dope, ain't never pushed a pound. All they did was move cotton.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I know a lot of multi-millionaires that I do business with. You know what I mean? I mean, even the partnerships, you know what I mean? With a lot of millionaires.
I done interviewed a few of them. You know what I'm saying? V-Rich, the owner of V-Rich, the owner of Code of Individuality. You feel me? Like,
when it comes to like self-hate, people hate so much they don't take the time to even come ask. Like all you got to do is knock on the door and ask a person to get that to you, which I did. A lot of millionaires, a lot of rich people, I used to sit down and ask them, like, man, what should I do? I got this amount of money. What should I do? Or how you do this? Or what you do? Or what you do? You got to ask people instead of sitting back. Some people sit back and they just hate, like, oh, man, what the fuck? This nigga got it like this. Fuck that nigga. We ain't shopping with him. You know what I mean? He already doing good. We don't want to.
Right.
That's what goes on right now in our community, especially Chicago.
That's tragic.
But it'll work out better if you just ask people advice. If you just be like, man, how you do this or what you do with this? Like I even had a thing on my Instagram, which I did. I just don't name drop a lot of people, but I paid for people EINs. You know what I mean? When the whole pandemic shit started, when everybody was down and out, I'm looking like I'm still getting money, and you can too. So if you want to start an EIN, you want to start your corporation, I'm paying for it. I pay for a lot of people's corporations. I just never tagged it. I never put it out there. See, I'm pretty sure when they see this interview, a lot of people going to tell you, like, yeah, he paid for mine, he paid for mine.
But I ain't going to lie, like, I had this conversation with Vic Lloyd, right? And me and Vic was talking. And he was saying that it was around like election season, like around that type of time. And he was saying something about voting. And he was saying that how he didn't post what he you know, and it was about the same type of energy.
Yeah.
But I kind of struggle with that a little bit, because I'm like, the people that is posting shit, they posting that bullshit.
Yeah.
They posting bullshit. They like drink lean, pop pills, and that's the shit that getting posted. In my mind,
a million likes.
Yeah, but I think we need a balance of like putting out some good shit. Even though motherfuckers gonna assume you doing it for the wrong reason, like fuck them. It's somebody that need to see Drake give away $1,000 at McDonald's. You feel me? Somebody need to see that shit to say, oh, maybe he not an asshole. You feel me? Like, and I understand where you coming from, because people can get the perception of, oh, this nigga doing it for the clout. But at the same time, your heart pure, and I feel like somebody probably need to see that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion.
I just do it to get a success story out of somebody. I don't do it to get like attention from others. Like, I don't need that. Right. Everything I want out the game, I got it right now.
But you know how niggas is. You know what I mean? They competitive. They might see you donate 5 bands, and they like, that nigga donated 5. I'm about to donate 5.
Yeah, I understand that.
And that motivation came out of hate, but it helped somebody.
Yeah, it's all about perception too. Just like you said, it's all about perception and how you perceive things. And all I want is success stories and to see it.
Exactly.
I don't want to see lights. I don't want to get a bunch of people clapping for me. I want to see success stories. I don't want to be the only one riding around and it's real slick. I don't want to be the only one with big houses and properties. I don't want to be the only one like that.
Yeah, a car club.
I want to be able to sit back. What makes me feel good when I can sit back and I can tell my kids, this is my success story, and he helping his kids, and then they could just, grow. Yeah. We're going to create a black Wall Street like they used to have back in the day.
Thank you again for giving me the time
and sitting
down and hollering at me. I definitely appreciate it.
You're a positive brother. Like I don't even do interviews. I never even did this before, but I'll do it for you because I see your aim. You did it before with Icon Move. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, shouts out to Chuck.
Man, speaking of, like, I know you got a close. I know you close with a couple clothing lines, but let's just say, like, what would you say your top 3 Chicago lines?
My top 3 Chicago clothing lines would be Cambino, Icon, and probably Two Eyes. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
And it's much more than just the fabrics and the design of it. It's more so because I know them personally, and I know what's behind it. I know what's behind the acronyms.
Right.
Of being 2 eyes. It's much more than that. You know what I mean?
Right. It's
much more than the 2 eyes. It's being 2 wise. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I can overcome negativity. It's similar to the shit we talking about now. Yeah. What's going on social media in Chicago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those people that I really sat at the table and ate with, and I understand we share ideas, we like-minded people. Right. So of course that's what I'm on root for.
5 years ago, what was your top 3? if you can name something that you really not close to, but maybe you do know them or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
5 years ago from Chicago, wow. I was really like 5-10 years ago, I was a slave to fashion. I was going to Saks.
Designer?
Yeah. I felt the need to do that. I wasn't really rocking a lot of Chicago brands or whatever.
But that's something I love about what I see right now. Like, I love the fact that I turn on Chicago video, I can see some Scoop Era. I can see Icon in the video.
Yes, sir.
I can see, you know what I'm saying, like, Sweats by Stu, Rich Soul. I can see them inside music videos from Chicago artists.
Yeah, I fuck with Rich Soul, man. I forgot to show them love, so I fuck with Rich Soul. I actually carry that line in my store.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Leak, man. Shout out to Leak.
Yeah, real dope guy, bro. Real dope guy.
Definitely. And like that's the type of energy and the type of people I love being around. Leak, good people, Chuck, good energy. You feel me?
There's a lot of clothing brands that come to me all the time. Like, big bro, how do I get my shit in your store? I said, first of all, I gotta like it. First of all, you got to put something in front of me instead of like just an idea. Like, where's your work at? You know what I mean? You can't bring it to the block if the work ain't good. Where's the work? So they bring it to me. If I don't like it, I'll tell them, like, look, little bro. Not just to say, get out my face. Get them somebody that can make it better. Or we'll sit down and we'll jot down better ideas and we'll brainstorm together like how you can make it better to get it in here. Yeah. Besides just kicking them out the door, pushing them back to the streets. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I do to help my community and to help my people.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
Like, when you look at the game right now, like, we deal with a lot of bullshit in Chicago that they don't deal with outside of Chicago. And a lot of it is old politics. You know what I'm saying? And when you step away from the bullshit and you start looking at it, you start seeing like a different way. Not saying that anything needs to stop existing the way it is, but just the mentality needs to be better around certain things as far as like us thinking we can't get money together. Just because such and such from such and such neighborhood, like in music they got a problem, so in real life we gonna have a problem, or I can't get money with them in real life because this neighborhood I never met is talking about these niggas over here that I never met. So a lot of times niggas is choosing sides when they really ain't got to. That ain't got shit to do with y'all.
It's about using your ability to reason and being a good judge of character, not personality. A lot of times people go into business by judging people's personalities. Personality can change every hour. I can feel this way an hour from now. I can be a total asshole, but character never changes. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing my uncle told me. Always listen to the OGs. You know what I mean? Giving me jewels, and it stuck with me. So with me doing business, I judge your character first. And you can't put too much trust into anything when you're doing business because money is involved. And a lot of people change over money. So just don't put too much trust into it and treat it like a chess game.
Yeah, because I struggle with when I'm out of town, when I'm in Atlanta, Miami, Cali, it's almost like a shock factor initially when you tell them you from Chicago. Oh, you survived Chicago? I'm like, man, it ain't that bad. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But it is, that perception of our city is rooted in the real thing. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm outside of the city, I see how these niggas in Atlanta, right? Atlanta, for instance, I salute Atlanta. I love y'all, Atlanta. Y'all fuck with y'all. I like that mentality out there. I'm not saying like it ain't shit going on. It's a lot of bullshit going on out there too. Everywhere. But overall, like, the thing that I seen out there in Atlanta is that they got big homies that can squash shit. If not squash it, at the very least calm it down to where it ain't on social media. Like, you feel me? And ain't shit like that going on in Chicago. I ain't gonna lie, like,
it's going on, but not all places. The majority, they up with the bullshit. You know what I mean? How
do you think we sway some of the minds, the young minds? Because I don't really worry about grown niggas. Like, y'all grown as hell.
I do it every day from my platform. Like, I can't go out to the block and pull up on your block and be like, hey, let me tell you something. Because they're going to be like, who's this nigga? Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? But when they come to my platform, when they come in my store, let me get an icon tee, or you got these belts, or you got this, or whatever. What's up, homie? You know what I mean? I'll talk to them. I'll see what they're about. Sometimes they come in, they got their pistols on them and shit. I'm like, well, you got that on you? You know what I mean? Oh, man, I got a problem with so-and-so. So I'm like, man, don't you think it's a better way to even that out? You got to use your intelligence, little brother. So I just spread the education from my experience in that way. You know what I mean? If they take it, they take it. Some niggas be like, man, you always talking about all this peace shit, man. It ain't even like that in the street. Stay dangerous. I'll be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But at least I did give you that. Because if you make it through the bullshit that you might go through, you're going to think back, you're going to remember what I said. And it might stick with you. Kind of like the shit stuck with me that I'm reciting that I learned from my OGs. You know? Sometimes,
you know, we reach a certain point where we're able to receive the information. We might not be at a point in our life to receive that right now. Like, I ain't trying to hear that shit right now, but I heard you, though.
Yeah. It stick with you. Sometimes you might not trying to hear it. Like, all the OGs used to tell me, like, little brother, I'm telling you now, you just ain't experienced it yet. Like, you won't understand it because you haven't experienced it. 10 years from now, when you experience it, you're going to think about it. And I do. So that's what I'm telling you, the little brothers that I reach out to. And I, you know what I mean? Like, they might buy an Icon shirt and not even know what the shit means. That's why I explain it to them. You know what that means? That's an acronym. Now, big bro, what's an acronym? You know what I mean? I had to explain everything to them. But at least they getting that education from somebody. You know what I mean? Each one teach one.
That's a fact, man. I wish we got back to that, you know?
Yeah.
Because I talked to, like even when I did an interview with Leak, right? And this was like last year, maybe even 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Probably 2 years ago I did an interview. And bro was like, and this is what I get from a lot of the youth. And this in fashion. So, and it translates to the streets too, is that bro was saying that he felt like a lot of the elders was withholding information. And that's an element too. You can't sit here in front like it ain't a real thing, because motherfuckers, you know, it's hard when you come from nothing, you finally get a little something, and then you gotta worry about the next motherfucker coming in and replacing you.
Yeah.
If you don't got that self confidence that you don't got the sustainability, or you don't believe you got the sustainability for your company, then you'll feel threatened by somebody else getting the same information. But with me personally, I give like somebody be like, man, bro, I see you doing music videos, DC Young Fly, all these different people, like y'all working, you doing all this shit, and I'd be like, bro, what do you need to know? Like whatever you need to know, like what kind of light we used on that set, how we set up the light, I positioned it right here, I put this little light back here to give it a little back. I give them all the game because I'm not worried about you. Like at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna do what I do. You can't do what I do, even with the same tools. You can't do what I do.
A lot of that shit go on in the fashion industry in Chicago. A lot of niggas, like, kind of when I say they cheat to get what they getting, ass kissing. That's the number one way what niggas do. They kiss a lot of ass and hold a lot of dicks to get what they get. And me, I refuse to do that because I got 4 sons. And in the future, my sons, they only live off your legacy. I don't want a bunch of niggas to be like, oh, your daddy, man, he was kissing his ass, or he did this, he did that to get where he go. And that's what a lot of these niggas did. Like, they name drop. I don't name drop nobody. Any celebrity that I deal with, I know a lot of them, but I never name drop them, bro. I never do that.
Yeah.
I only like off my buckets that I put up. That's what you judge me off of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But these niggas, they ass kiss, they cheat to get what they got. That's because they insecure with themselves, like I told you before. That's all it is, man. And the niggas like me, they'll never give me an opportunity. They might kiss ass and be able to skip a few levels and get to that point before I get to that point. But by me taking the long route, I'm stronger because I worked out more. You feel me? You didn't work out that much to get to that level because you kissed ass. By me taking this long route, I built a lot of muscle. You see what I'm saying?
Fact.
And I actually own something. And I put people on. So I'm going to be stronger when I get to that point. So when we meet each other in the end, who's going to win that battle? When I'm stronger.
Yeah, I got the same mentality. It's funny that you say that because I say that in multiple interviews where I tell people this the way I use it, right? I tell motherfuckers I'd rather take the stairs compared to the elevators because you'll get there faster. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't walk up them flight of stairs. My legs are stronger to carry the city on my back. Let's go.
You got more experience and you strong.
Like my legs built to carry some shit.
Yeah, definitely.
You took the elevator. Your legs flimsy as hell. Definitely. So as soon as some pressure get applied, nigga, you fold.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, bro.
I fuck with that, bro. I definitely fuck with that, man. But when do you think we reached a point in like our culture to where like fame is more important than money?
When we get a stronger culture, honestly, our culture not strong. We don't know where our culture is at right now. So I can't even too much speak on it. Because I know you're interviewing me, but if I was to ask you what's our culture, what answer could you give me? You couldn't even give me a straight answer.
I'll just say hip hop, like
you
rap.
See what I'm saying? And that's
like
rap. To me, that's bullshit. It's much more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we still building on our culture right now. it's taking us back with all this bullshit, like the case you said, the Chauvin case and all that.
Yeah.
It's really taking us back, but we'll move forward eventually.
Yeah, I think us as people, as black people, got to be more proud of like who we are.
The culture wasn't strong to me since like the late 90s, like, you know what I'm saying, before the 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s. That's when we had a stronger culture. That's when people used to stick together. That's when you used to be able to go outside or go to another neighborhood and walk to the corner store or go get something to eat. You know what I mean? Like when I was on 79th, I used to work at a store on 79th Street, right off Stony Island. I used to be able to walk all the way down 79th towards College to Helen's and go get breakfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I stayed on 83rd, we had a corner, we had a house,
cool.
We had a house on the block that sold candy and chips and shit.
Go to the candy store.
You go right through their gate, right there at their side door, say, Ms. Johnson, I need what XYZ, the whole family run it, and it was just different.
Nowadays, people, these little shorties, they judge you just off how you look and might think that you are op. All this new shit that's going on. So we just got to preach against that shit, you know what I mean, as a whole. Yeah. Instead of like going on the internet, reposting fights, reposting violence, doing all this other shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think that's a human condition where people just like to see a car crash. I think that's a human condition.
Yeah,
people
it's about mindset. Shit. It's about perspectives, like we was talking about.
But we got to hold tight on these weak ass niggas like academics and college kids and the rest of y'all little niggas that try to build y'all platform off that negative energy. Like, that shit lame as hell to me. Like, to me, that's like copping out. You might as well be the snitch in the car, like the detective. Like, yeah, I'm making money, but I'm getting paid by snitching.
Yeah, they cheat.
Like, you lame cheat. As hell.
That's like I said, they cheat and get to that point.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they using negativity. That's to me to call cheating to get to that point.
Right, because
it's a lot of negative motherfuckers out here. It's more negative people than positive. Instead of amplifying the positive, they amplify the negative to cheat to get to where they want to get financially. You know what I mean?
That's a quick way.
And I think that's sort of a definition why some people say, oh, he sold his soul. He sold his soul. He did this. He did that. You took the wrong route and you took the sucker route for money.
Yep.
That's selling your soul to me.
Yep.
And to me, that's what like the academics, the cool kids, that's what they doing. They really selling their soul.
Yeah, man. That's a fact. That's a fact.
To get to the point when there's other ways to get to the bag.
Yeah, and I understand people, people dealing with situations and trying to figure it out themselves and all that shit, but at the same time, like, you gotta, especially with a guy like academics, you started off on that type of shit, but you got a platform now. It's time to change, my guy.
It's time to change.
It's time to change, my guy. Like, don't even dibble and dabble on that shit. I understand what TMZ is doing, because that's what them niggas are go to, you feel me?
Facts.
Well, the white people doing it, that don't mean we got to do it, man. They enslaved us. That don't mean we got to enslave us. You feel me? Like, that's what they did. We ain't got to do what they do. I feel like a lot of people start off talking about the slave owners, then get in the position and become the slave owner. It's like, damn, nigga, we was fighting together on the ground against this nigga. He brought you in the house and now you...
They not becoming the slave owners, but they really becoming very good house niggas. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, what's the character Samuel L. Jackson played in Django?
Yeah, that's nigga.
That's exactly what they becoming. Because they not real bosses. You know what I mean? They can't make decisions by themselves. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
They not real bosses, bro.
We got the 2010 niggas. We got the 2000 niggas. We got the 90s niggas. Then we ain't gonna go back to the 80s, but specifically 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, right? What era would you place the most burden on to say, like, this when this fuck shit started happening? Who dropped the ball?
Between 2000 and 2010. That's who dropped the ball. A lot of niggas.
That's Wayne era.
A lot of niggas from the 90s is solid. You know what I mean? They solid. But they could have did more, so I really can't say that. But if I got to put a direct blame on it for one person, I would say the 2000, 2010. That's who dropped the ball, where everything went wrong.
Yeah, I attribute a lot of that shit to music.
Yeah, of course.
Because I was
social media and music.
Yeah.
Because people follow what music do.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the raps. If it's like, let's say, I don't even want to get into the mob, so I don't even want to get into that, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just leave that alone.
But yeah, you know how that shit go, man. Like, we sit here and look at the music, right? And from my standpoint, I look at it, and if I relate it to fashion or something, like, you see Zoe come out with a colorway, and you feel me? Like, everybody would be on that colorway. And it's like the same things somehow happened in music and even with the streets to where it became fashionable to be XYZ. You feel me? Like when it be, I remember
Facts.
like I was like I'm a little bit young. I'm 33, and when I was growing up, I didn't know too many BDs. I ain't gonna lie. Like I knew like a couple.
You smart.
I knew a couple BDs. Like that's bro, but a lot of the BDs was around a lot of GDs. So it was like usually like 6 GDs and 1 BD right there.
Yeah.
And he'd be one of the, you know what I'm saying? But even if that, but like, I didn't know too many BDs, but now you see it, and I'm speaking about Chicago, Chicago specifically. I ain't gonna talk about California and Bloods and all that shit.
And I'm not really judging no mob because I fuck with the GDs, I fuck with the BDs, I fuck with the 4-corner hustlers, I fuck with the Vice Lords, I fuck with the Stones, like all mobs, I fuck with all, even the Latinos, I fuck with all of them.
Right,
I do business with all of them. We all show each other love. If they see me in the street, they see me downtown, they see me in the hood. It ain't no hood I can't pull up in while I'm finna get shot at. They can all be like, oh, that's Jay Money. Oh, what's up, bro? Whoa. If somebody trying to get at me, that it's probably because they just hating or they trying to take what I got materialistically.
Exactly.
But people follow suit. It's kind of like the Bum J era. When Bum J was controlling rap, which he's still one of my favorite artists to this day. But everybody wanted to be in the mob that he was in.
Yeah.
And then Chief Keef came. Everybody wanted to be BD. You know what I mean? But it's just like a following type thing. Chicago got to get out that state of mind and just really be an individual and do what the fuck that you believe in, not what the next nigga is doing. Because what works for him, that don't mean it's going to work for you. You feel me?
Yeah.
But this ain't to diss no mob or none of that shit because I fuck with all of them. But we just got to get out of that state of mind of being followers. You know what I mean? Just because he wears skinny jeans, I feel like, oh, I got to go get some skinny jeans. Oh, because that nigga just went and bought some $1,500 Miris. I ain't cool unless I go get 2 pair of $1,500 in Miri. But at the end of the day, who you making rich?
Right.
You got to look at the end of you making the Miri rich. You not getting rich. Now you got to go hit more licks or hustle harder just to feed your addiction.
Right.
It's like a drug addiction.
Right.
And most of these niggas can't keep up with it because they bag not really like that. You know what I mean? And they don't want to come in my store and knock on my door and shop with me because it's jealousy. Because they might feel like, damn, he got the shit I want. He might not be pump faking. God damn, he got this, he got that. We got to get out of this mind state or idolizing materialistic shit. You know what I mean?
And another thing about that is like, we also got to get out the mind state of is like hating on each other.
Yeah, of course.
Like, what's wrong with JB coming through shining like the man he's supposed to be?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Because if you seen a white man walk in with his watch that got cost $100,000 but don't got diamonds in it, you feel me? He come through looking like money. Be like, man, that white boy probably work for some company. I need to talk to him. I need to link up with him. But when you see JB walk in, you want to be like, I can't fuck with him. No, you need to take the same approach that you would have this white man that look like he from Wall Street holler at JB, man, maybe he'll give you some game.
Facts, but it's bigger than us when we talk about that because they instilled this shit over hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Let's go back to Willie Lynch, if you're familiar with it. You know what I mean?
Definitely familiar with it.
Yeah, it go back to that.
It's a whole mentality that we living in
way
right now.
Way before our time, when our ancestors, they created a plan that's still working to this day.
Yeah, they taught us how to hate ourselves.
The self-hate is teaching us how to hate each other. And it's still going on. We really erased some of it, but it's still strong, and now it's growing more and more. And I think it's with social media because they're controlling a lot of our minds through social media. I think if you're on social media, don't just take it to look cool. Market something, sell something. That's direct to consumer marketing. That's right to your customers. You can go overseas and get a t-shirt made for the low and get on social media and sell it to one of your people for the high. And that's 100% profit. If you sell, if you get 1,000 likes, you tell me you can't sell 1,000 t-shirts in a month. And I only want to break my calculator out and do the math with them numbers.
Yeah.
And niggas will sit back like, how the fuck is he buying this? Do the numbers, nigga. Get a calculator. Come knock on my door. I'll tell you how to do it. Because we actually doing this, man. And I done seen people do it. I done seen people come up with ideas and monetize off that shit, man. Like the brands I told you that I love. Brands, my favorite Chicago brands. I watch them do it. And these niggas are winning off doing that.
What do you think is the most important aspect that or characteristic that a person should have if they, let's just say we talking to somebody that's a junior in high school right now, he like, man, I'm about to be a senior, I'm trying to figure this shit out. I don't know if I want to go to college, but I fuck with JB.
Do what you love. it ain't about fucking with me or fucking with anybody else. It's like you got to find out what you like doing, what you love. What can you do every day that you consider like it's a job or it's like working out? You know what I mean? Find out what you love. Find a way to monetize off of it, meaning make money off of it.
Yeah, because you got a unique perspective.
Yeah.
Same thing with me.
That's what I weave through. I weave through the streets. I did this. I did everything. Every single hustle you can think of, we can go on all day. I did that shit. But it was like, damn, I don't like doing this. I don't like doing that. Okay, this is making money. I'm making a bag, but I'm taking chances. Oh, I don't like doing this. The fashion shit, I was always a fly nigga. I always loved dressing. Me and my homies that I spoke about, we all like getting together, seeing who the dopest, seeing who got the most this, seeing who. Me and Chuck used to have battles on seeing who had the most Ralph Lauren to this day. You know what I mean? Shit. He always had more than me, so I put it right, he won. But I used to always act like I won. But that's what I put my money towards because I love fashion, bro.
Right.
That's what I love. So I said, okay, it ain't gonna seem like work. Let me invest my money in that. So that's what I did. I invested it. And it blew. It took time. It didn't blow right away. I had my days where I didn't know if I was going to make it. I had my days where I can't pay myself. You know what I mean? I own the shit, but I give myself a paycheck every week. You know what I'm saying? I pay myself. Some weeks I can't pay myself. I still got to pay my staff. And it's like, damn. I got to think back to what my homie said. I can't let nobody see me sweat. You know what I mean? But have patience. That's when I go back to the lab. I sit and I come up with a plan on how to go harder. And you don't give up. But now it's like I'm so far from that. That's so far beneath me right now. It's like it's all wins right now.
Right. So you like your number one advice to somebody that might be looking at the situation that they in and trying to figure it out is just
find out what you love doing, invest in yourself, work towards that, and stay persistent. Anything you're doing, I don't care if you're dribbling the basketball. I don't care if you're throwing paper balls in the trash can. If you do it for 5 to 10 years straight, you're going to become successful off of it. You're going to make a lot of money off of it.
That's a fact.
No matter how many stumbles that you create, still stay persistent. You're going to take losses, but you can't give up. Like everybody's saying now, just learn off that shit and just keep it moving. And just don't make that same mistake again.
Yeah, man, that's real game that motherfuckers can take, man. Make sure y'all write that shit down.
Yeah, just stay persistent, man. Stay consistent. No matter how many losses you take, no matter how many forks in the road, find a way around that shit. Yeah.
That's real. That's real. And we just coming out of this COVID shit to where it was real heavy. And when that shit first hit, don't get me wrong, like I was on the fence about it too. I'm like, I don't know what this shit is. You feel me? And my daughter, she got asthma, so I was real nervous about the shit.
Facts, I do too. Me and all my kids, we all asthmatics or whatever, but I'm not real religious, but I think God got a plan for everybody. And as long as you be right in the streets, you be right in the world, right gonna come back you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I just kept pushing through it. I was real careful about like using hand sanitizer, wearing my mask and shit like that, but I didn't let it stop me.
Yeah, and I feel like that part right there, that last part is important, that you didn't let it stop you.
No, I didn't let it stop me.
And because I noticed that some people damn near was waiting for an excuse and was like, yeah, COVID happened, that's why I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like, I don't knock nobody that's going through hardships because I done been through a couple myself. I lost $25K last year and nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? But that's how that happened. But at the same time, what you just said is what I was hoping you would say is that we understand that this virus is going on and it is a scary thing. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that it is an easy cop out because it did happen.
Yeah.
But we can't let that shit stop us. And I'm speaking directly to our community when I'm saying this is because I know a lot of motherfuckers that be waiting for an excuse. And I ain't trying to shit on nobody again because I know somebody that take that shit and be like, man, fuck that nigga, man. You feel me? Like, I ain't trying to come across that way because everybody had to deal with that shit. But it
might be one person that take it. I'm going to cut you off. It might be one person that take it negative, but it might be 10 more people that take it as a positive way. So whatever you feel, you got to push out there. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, because I took that shit as a positive. I'm like, everybody inside, I'm outside.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like when the stocks go down, you buy.
Yeah, definitely. People still want to feel confident. I was still selling clothes, and I was pulling up. You know what I mean? I was pulling up. Whatever you want me to pull up, I'm going to pull up. You need something, I'm going to sell you. I'll FaceTime you. I'm going to show you this shit. I got the online e-commerce. You know what I mean? There's no excuses. Ain't no excuses.
That's what you took it right where I was trying to go with it. That was like a perfect assist because that's what I was gonna say. Like you navigated that shit.
Yeah, we sacked up in the pandemic. Yeah, we definitely sacked up.
Yeah, it was a lot of money. It still is a lot of money, man. And all y'all motherfuckers cracking them loans, nigga. Do something with that.
Definitely.
Do something with that. Don't just go shopping. I understand y'all want to go shopping. Go shopping. Get that out your system. But at the same time, do something with that shit because if they come back for you want to have that shit handy. Like, yeah, I used that shit, but here you go, your shit, and I still got my shit. Don't get into the point where you like, I'm gonna use this shit and have nothing left. Like, use that shit to position yourself. Then after you position yourself, if they do come back for any type of shit that's going on, like, hey, look, my bad. Send them their little shit back. You feel me? And have something for yourself. That's just a little gem I want to leave with people because I know what's going on.
Yeah, definitely that's what's going on. What's going on heavy. But it's like I don't want to be, by me being in the business that I'm in, I don't want to judge people for doing that. All I can say is what you said. Just make some wise investments because it's going to last you a long time.
Exactly.
And after this shit over with, you'll be sitting on a major, fuck 20,000. You'll be sitting on 20 M's, you know what I'm saying, 10, 20 years from now. Hopefully, Lord willing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you'll be laughing at the whole situation.
Exactly.
Sitting back, you know what I mean, sipping like we doing, talking shit.
Exactly. You know, I just be trying to be realistic with shit. You know, I know what's going on, and I don't try to discourage nobody because I was in a certain place in my life where I was acting a certain way. I was being misled, and I was doing ignorant shit.
Definitely. That's why I'm not going to judge nobody over doing what they doing with that pandemic money, going to get the 20s and all that shit. I didn't do it personally, but back in the day when I was a shorty, man, I ain't going to begin to tell you what I would have did for 20,000.
I'm telling you.
You feel me?
I'm telling you. And that's why I try to, like,
I don't want to sit down for a long time over less than that. As a shorty, you know what I'm saying, making wrong decisions. So I'm definitely not judging them. Do y'all shit, but just be wise at doing it. You know what I mean? I always know for every action, it's a reaction. But if you make the right decision, everything will work out. That's what life about. Remember I told you that, to me, that's what makes a man, the decision that he make.
That's real, bro. That's real.
That's
but
right.
I knew we was going to have this type of energy because, like, the type of time you be on, same type of time I be on. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things in our life we trying to outgrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I understand certain things about that. And that's why I knew, like, when we had this conversation, it's going to be of value for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people ain't having these real conversations, especially in our city, bro. Like,
Definitely not.
I pay attention to the media. I see what they doing in Atlanta and New York and California. I see how they media is governing shit. It's like...
You know what a lot of Atlanta niggas and New York niggas doing that Chicago not doing? Investing in their homeboys. Investing in other niggas' ideas. Niggas do not do that where I'm from. They'll see your idea. You might be a perfectionist in what you do. I might not be, but I might have the capital.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of investing in your idea and coming in a partnership with you, some niggas rather just trying to take your idea and do it. But they can't do what you do. So it never works out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you see one of your homeboys that's good at doing whatever he do, invest in them. Come up with an agreement. Come up with a partnership. Not an investment deal because it's a difference. Don't be an investor. Be a partner. That's what I do. I'm partners. I don't do investments.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like a lot of people that come to me like, man, invest in this, invest in that. I don't want to be no investor. I'd rather go to the boat and gamble my money. Show me love. Show more love. Be a partner.
Yeah.
That's longevity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That means you really believe in me.
Yeah.
To just ask for my money.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah.
And I really hope that when people see this and they see this conversation, they hear this conversation, that they see value in us. You know what I'm saying? Instead of running to that bank for that loan or whatever you're trying to do, you probably I'm not saying run up to JayBee asking for anything.
No, definitely not.
I'm just saying that you probably got somebody that's within your circle that can probably move mountains for you if you just reached out to him or had a conversation to him instead of thinking that, oh man, like, bro, it's too at this level. Because I even get that perception of me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm sitting here like I'm still the same nigga that was running around filming shit locally in Chicago. I'm still that same nigga. But when people see social media, they get a different perception of who I am because of who I'm associated with. Mm-hmm. And they assume like, oh, bro is this. It's like, no, I'm still that same nigga. Exactly. You feel me? You can still pull up and holler at me. If you got my number, you can still call me. Yeah. It ain't no I changed, it's probably your perception changed.
Yeah, it's a lot of negativity going on in the city right now, and I'm pretty sure you get judged just like I get judged. Like, I fuck with everybody in the city. You know what I'm saying? I sell clothes. I sell fashion. So it's like sometimes I might have this group of niggas that's not liking this certain group of people, but they both shop with me. Then I get calls like, oh man, that nigga, I seen that outfit. He tags you in it. Man, you fuck with that nigga? I'll be like, bro, I sell clothes, bro. What you want me to do? If you was in my position, if you had what I had, you would do the same shit. I make sure everything is kosher. Nothing gonna happen. I sell him his outfit. He going his way. You going your way. I go back home with my family. That's it. But then people judge you for that shit in the streets. I'm pretty sure you get the same shit.
Yeah, you know I do.
Yeah.
You know I do, because people look at me like you playing both sides. Like, oh, you interview me, then you go over there and interview him. It's like, nigga, he ain't talk about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that a lot. You playing both sides. You playing both sides. But like I tell people, I laugh and joke, but I don't play. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here for my family. That's all I'm doing. I'm making money. And if you was in my shoes, you would do the same shit.
Exactly. But that's why, like, man, I really want to salute you, and I want to keep reiterating this, bro. I want to keep spreading this love, because I know, like, you took time to do this, and you don't normally do it. But at the same time, even outside of that, bro, like, a lot of us, when it comes time for Black History Month, we want to go Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Like, yeah, we know what they did. We know what they did, and not take anything away from them, because we stand on their shoulders right now. But at the same time, nigga, I know motherfuckers right now that's doing shit for black people right now. I know people that's paying their bills because a black man employed them. Mm-hmm. They literally feeding their kids because another black man employed them. I'm the type of nigga, like, we need to celebrate that nigga.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? Like, that's also Black history. So when we celebrate Black History Month, hopefully 2022, we see more fresh faces. I want to see in my feed, in my timeline, I want to see niggas I never even heard of that's doing dope shit.
I appreciate you for that, man.
I
appreciate you for that, bro. And that's a part of, like, beating this battle that we fighting right now in the black community. Because a lot of people resent you for helping them. In the black community, it could be a nigga that might need help, right? I give him help. I show him the way. I even finance his dreams. But when he gets to the point where he gets to, it's like, fuck that nigga, I did it by myself. Face to face, I done had niggas, I don't want to mention no names, that said on my face, and man, thank you, man. Cried tears, man. You did everything for me. But when the lights come on, when everybody get around, it's not that. They leave you in the wind. You see what I'm saying? So we really got to find a way collectively to break out of that mentality. And that's when we get back to where we're going to start a culture that I told you that we don't have, which I couldn't speak on. That's when the culture comes in, because it starts with love and not hate. And we got too much hate.
A lot of that shit. And unnecessary hate. You know what I'm saying? That really bothered me, that part. It be the unnecessary shit. Like, what he do to you? I don't know. I just don't like that.
Even if somebody do something to you, bro, there's ways to work it out.
I mean, if it ain't about no money or your family,
I had differences with some niggas that I love, you know what I mean? But it was through some other shit that was like behind some other shit. But once we come face to face and we talk about it, it's like, damn, we didn't even have to
shit get creased
out. Get angry at each other about this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said you got to use your ability to reason. Reason shit out, bro. God gave us that shit, man. Use it. You use everything else. Use your ability to reason, man. Talk to people about that shit.
That's real.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, it ain't worth it, bro. Life is precious, bro. And we all got children, bro, and that's our future.
That's real. But, man, I can talk to you all day, man. I don't want to hold the people up. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't know who I'm sitting with, because I didn't say it, because I feel like I want y'all to tune into the story. You know what I'm saying? More so than just the accomplishments, because y'all can log on to bro Instagram and see the highlight reel. You feel me? If y'all need that, definitely. But I want to have a real conversation with you, because a lot of people don't think there's a person behind this shit. Like, it's a whole person. Like, this motherfucker got a whole family. He feels a certain way about certain shit. Like, they be thinking like you just this, I don't know, this figure, this character that's just there, like, and you just live a certain way, because that's what Instagram will make people believe. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I done been on both sides of it.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't brag. Like, a lot of these cats out there on Instagram, they brag and they make it seem like they got more than what they have, and that's what I call cheating. I don't cheat. You know what I mean? If I was to be like them, I look like Jay-Z. Like, I can really stunt. You know what I mean? I can really do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can really upload shit. But it's like, why even do that? Only do what's necessary. Instagram is here, like, to market yourself. It's to get people to fuck with you, get people to spend money. It's a networking tool. Not just to show people, like, oh, I got the biggest car, I got the biggest house. Oh, I came up on the much money. Nah, it ain't about that, man. It ain't about that, bro. And if we get to that point where we use it, we have more money and less hate. Direct to consumer marketing, like, it's right there. You got 100,000 followers. If everybody spend $1, you have 100,000 legit dollars that you can put in the bank, pay this IRS their money, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do and live right, and ain't got to worry about shit.
What advice would you give somebody that do got the following but don't know how to get the money from their following?
It's about what they do. I don't know what they do.
All right, just say, because I don't want to single nobody out, but let's just say somebody do music, right? Mm-hmm. A music artist, he got a big following. Let's just say 100K, 200K following. But they don't know how to translate that into bread. What advice would you give that person?
That's why I get back to only advice. I don't do music, but the only thing I can say is stay persistent. Because I hear a lot of stories about niggas that's in the music game. Like, I got a lot of niggas from Ohio, a lot of my homies from Detroit. You know what I mean? I'm real. That's like a second home to me out there. A lot of people talk about Ice with Vezo. They say, man, this nigga been doing this music for like 15 years plus, man, rapping the same way, but he just now blew. But guess what? That nigga stayed consistent. He stayed consistent. He never gave up. He done had the same flow for 10, 15 years, but now look at him. Now you gotta get another homie to even book him. That's why I say stay persistent. Anything you do, don't give up. If you love doing it and it feel good and it's not hurting you, keep doing it. Don't stop.
Man, I love that advice, man. Is there anything that you want to leave the people with? Like, I love what you just said. Is that I know you was talking about your second store, but you been fucking with that second store.
Yeah, I had that for a while. I invested in that a while. Like I said, make investments, smart investments. That was a smart investment that I made that paid off. Yeah, I definitely did that.
So is there anything you want to leave the people with that before we wrap things up? Anything we didn't talk about? Because I'm trying to make sure that
we basically touched everything. I just say spread love, less hate, stick to what you do, invest towards what you love, and that's it.
Man, and again, I appreciate you.
And if anybody ever need any advice from me, you can always pull up. They know where I'm at. I'm on 167, the Shop147. I'm posted. It's branded on me.
Hey,
and I appreciate you, brother.
No, definitely, man. We kingdom building over here, man. That's what we doing. We building a kingdom, and it's a refreshing feeling to be sitting around somebody that think on the level you think of. Because I see you walking with black-owned brands on you all the time.
Yes, sir. It's on me right now, black-owned.
Facts. And anytime you post something damn near, you know what I'm saying? You got a brand on that motherfuckers probably ain't up on. I know you can afford designer. Yeah. I know you can be walking around in Gucci, Louis.
I got on Louis right now, but guess what? This shit was designed by Virgil.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was designed by Virgil, so either way, I'm getting to the point. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I love that shit, bro, and I can't tell you enough how much I personally appreciate it. I'm only one man, but I personally appreciate it, bro.
That's all love, bro.
If we get more like you, I feel like our culture would be sustainable.
Yes, sir. We're going to get to that point. As long as we keep on doing what we do and spreading it.
Definitely, man. Y'all definitely check in with the Shop147. Shop with them. They got them and everything. They got Code of Individuality, V-Rich, man. Y'all gonna see some more of that shit.
A lot of black-owned brands. Any black entrepreneurs that got y'all on shit and it's dope, slide on us, man. We got a hell of a platform. International. We got motherfuckers from Europe that shop with us, bro.
Man, I seen Adrian Broner in your shit.
That's my homie. That's my nigga.
Bro, you done had so many niggas in your store. I'm like,
yeah, that's my homie.
Yeah, you done had some of everybody in there.
That's a real dude. Yeah, that's my homie. Like I said, I don't name drop, but I did a lot of things with a lot of people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That got real bags, but I ain't the type to sit up here and point fingers and name
I'll do it for you.
Or do none of that shit. Yeah, definitely.
I ain't gonna lie. Let me sit here and blow all the smoke. Nigga, like shit, I'll do it all for you because I really honor and respect your movement. You know what I'm saying? And what you about and shit like that. Like, I grew up with niggas that had money. I grew up around money. So money I'm one of them young niggas that money don't get impressed by money. You can be in the upper row right now, sit on the table. I'm like, oh, what you do that for? You know what I'm saying? For the camera? Because it definitely ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around money. My dad was a millionaire before he got booked. He's serving life right now. You know what I'm saying? For the action. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up around money. That shit don't impress me at all. So character really stands out to me. And the way that you've been rocking, the way that you've been moving, now that I got a chance to sit down and talk to you on camera. Yeah. Because I'll tell you this shit in private, but a lot of niggas will tell you shit in private. I'll tell you that shit on camera, nigga.
That's
like,
love, bro. I appreciate that.
Rewind the tape. He was giving it, whatever y'all got to say. I was doing all that because I like to celebrate my people, bro. Like,
you got to get advice from the ones that's doing well and made it just like I did. Like I said, I don't name drop a lot, but I said on the tour bus one time, I'm going to name drop one time with Floyd Mayweather. That's another nigga that I know. He a good dude right there, too. I know him personally. I'm like, fuck, let me ask this nigga. It's like you really want to ask him about no money because it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He got the bag.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
I ain't really got much. Right. But I was at the point where it's like, it was a while ago. I made my first 100,000. I sat down with Floyd. I'm like, man, bro, what the fuck do I do? Like, how do I get to that point? He said, man, use other people's money, man, and invest. He said, don't use your money. He said, take that 100,000, put it up, make people believe in you, look dope as fuck, and make people invest in your ideas. I never used that because I'm like, man, I don't want people to be, you know what I mean? I want to use my own bread.
But it's good.
But yeah, I get advice from other people that made it, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I've been around him where he got, what's the richest nigga in the world name?
Jeff Bezos.
I can't think of the name, man.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. Yeah, that's Floyd homie. He used to come to the gym and shit, fuck with him. We'd be in there chilling for fight weekend or whatever.
Yeah, see, and that's another reason why I encourage people to travel more. Because like I was in Miami and I was shooting this music video for G So Fat, an artist, right?
Okay.
He from Mississippi. And I was on this yacht that they rented. Me being who I am, I want to talk to the yacht owner.
Right.
Let me holler at you.
Thanks.
Let me how you get this yacht, bro? Like, you make a lot of money renting this motherfucker out? Like, how that work? You feel me? And that conversation end up going into stock market, real estate, and I might not apply a lot of that shit because I ain't playing with the funds that he playing with to invest in a lot of that shit.
Get there. That's why I said everybody gets their time.
Though.
Yeah, everybody gets their time. But collect the information.
Exactly.
So when that time do come, you go back to that bank that you've been stocking up and you use that shit.
Right. And I encourage everybody to travel. Like, if y'all leave with something from me, it's hopefully I said a few things that stick. But like, if I don't say nothing, travel. Like, I know niggas that's been out south, never been out west. I know niggas that never even really been to Navy Pier. Like, and they been in Chicago more than 20 years. Like, in Chicago, born and raised in Chicago, older than 20 years old, never been to Navy Pier. Right here in their home. You feel me? But never been, the only places that they been was maybe, South Beach. Maybe they been to L.A. But even L.A., like, if you step outside of L.A., it's some dope shit going on.
Yeah, definitely.
If you step outside of South Beach, you can see a lot of dope you can see Wynwood, and you see
gotta get outside the hood to change your perspective, and you'll bring more love back to your own city.
That part. So I encourage everybody to travel, and definitely take guidance from people that's doing things, man. Don't let your ego get in the way of making some real money or making some real opportunity.
And there's no big ass and little U's. Don't just because the next man might not have it, he might have $150, you might have $150,000. We all equal. Each one teach one. That's how we grow as a people, and then we cause more love, less hate.
Man, with that being said, ain't nothing left to say, man. That's Fight School TV. I'm with JayBee, Shop147. Y'all get in tune. We out.